wow. Okay, I am sorry for the quality of this video, but I'm not going to let that stop me from sharing what I decided to get on here to share. So we'll start with the whole point of this video, to talk about guilt and what guilt causes us to think about ourselves, feel about ourselves, and how it can potentially affect. So I have been experiencing guilt without realizing the sensation of what I was feeling, or the emotion behind what I was feeling was in fact guilt. I just knew it didn't feel good. And it was hard to ignore. It's been like a dark cloud hanging over me from the moment it began. And I have attributed it to a job that I recently accepted after a very long period of sort of living on the edge and wondering where the money comes from next in time to pay a credit card bill or pay rent. So I've been living on the edge financially for a year and a half. And so I accepted this job and felt a huge sense of relief for having this sudden financial stability, or the promise of financial stability from here on forward. So this happened last week. Monday of this week, I started my job, and that is when this heavy cloud emotion sort of took over, and I couldn't shake it, and I knew why. I knew the cause. I didn't know what the feeling was exactly, and now I know it's guilt. But I took this job. I started the job. I actually started doing the responsibilities of the job and seeing what it's actually like to be in this job. And it was instantly obvious that this is not a job that makes use of my skills and abilities in a way that I feel fulfilled. I mean, it's a job that, to be quite honest, anyone could do. And I didn't quit my job in 2020 to step back into another job that's, once again, not making use of my skills and abilities and what I have to offer. So I realized I had just accepted a job and gotten attached to the fact that now I have financial stability that didn't match or meet my standards for what I am looking for in what I do to earn money. And I felt just so horrible about this. And I couldn't shake it. And at the same time, I couldn't decipher whether I should keep this job and just sort of see if things get better. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions without really giving it a chance, or if I already have everything I need to know and I need to just drop it now. I didn't have a clear answer with that to do anything. And so all I was left with was this heavy feeling that I had just sold my soul in a way, because I had taken such a huge risk in quitting a secure job in the past that was good enough but not fulfilling. And I feel like I had just entered into the same thing, just a different version of it. And I felt horrible about that. And so this started on Monday. As soon as I got into the job and I started realizing what I was going to be doing for basically part of my week. It's a part-time job. And it wasn't until this morning when I read today's section of A Course in Miracles, and this is something I read every single day. Today's section was serendipitously about guilt. It had exactly the message I needed to hear in regard to this particular situation in my life that was giving me so much discomfort. It still is. I'm in it. I'm still in it right now. It's only Wednesday, and I started on Monday at this new job. So I was reading this passage in A Course in Miracles. It's in chapter 13, section 2, if you want to check it out. The text is online for free. And it was basically talking about, like, guilt is the hidden cornerstone that our egos need for us to maintain and not look at directly, for the ego to even continue. Because guilt is just a forgetting that we are actually free to make mistakes and learn from them, guilt-free. We don't have to feel guilt about our actions. Guilt implies that there is punishment, and guilt implies that you are unworthy of certain things because you've done something wrong. And that's just not true. And so this passage was all about feeling guilt. And as long as we buy into that feeling of guilt, and as long as we simply feel it and we don't actually look at it or go right down into the source of who we really are, which is ourselves, which I call our inner voice, or I felt like I was my higher self. My higher self didn't disconnect itself from me. I was disconnecting myself from it. My higher self is right here with me through it all. It will never disappear, go away. It's right here always. But we can disconnect ourselves from it, from feelings like guilt or shame or all of those emotions that make you feel unworthy of ourself. Didn't disconnect itself from me. Straight in the face and understand we're worthy of a connection to my highest self, no matter what I do. God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it. It's one of the things for me. I am forever worthy of that, no matter what choices I might make with my life. If I can really learn that and understand that, I can let guilt go and then potentially have a much clearer vision for whether I keep the job or not. But basically not have this energy around the job that is keeping me caught up in the job and not looking at the guilt that's actually causing me to feel this about the job. Right now, I have feelings around the job that